Taking the film Roma, first using the feminist lens and then the Marxist lens. Roma is a 135-minute long drama film released on November 21st, 2018, and is set in 1970s Mexico City. The film was written and directed by Alfonso Cuarón. The film producers include Gabriel Rodriguez, Alfonso Cuarón, and Nicolas Celis. The film production companies are Esperanto Filmoj and Participant Media. The film intricately weaves together the lives of two women, Cleo, a young live-in maid, and her employer, Sophia. As Cleo navigates her duties for the family, she experiences personal challenges, including an unexpected pregnancy, while Sophia struggles to keep her family together. The film reconstructs Cuarón's childhood memories in a realistic manner with the help of black and white cinematography and long shots. Alfonso Cuarón has described Roma as a love letter to all the women who raised him. This message is highlighted in one of the film's most powerful shots when Cleo takes a break from the laundry and lies head to head with young Pepe, playing dead on the rooftop of their home. The camera pans up to reveal the nannies doing their laundry and hanging it on many rooftops in the background, highlighting how there are many other stories worth telling. With that being said, I will now be critiquing the film through a feminist lens. According to Ackbert and Rowe, the feminist lens is a critical approach to analyzing literature or other cultural works that focus on highlighting the roles, challenges, and experiences of women. It seeks to understand how societal norms and power dynamics, as well as gender expectations, shape and influence women's lives. Through a feminist lens, Roma illustrates the resiliency of both women upon being abandoned, gender inequality, and lack of emotional support in their lives. Beginning with Chloe, who faces profound personal turmoil when she discovers she is pregnant. She decides to disclose this to her boyfriend Furman, who decides to abandon her upon learning this. Chloe confronts him at a training field, where he not only denies responsibility by saying, "What's it to me?" but also threatens her if she tries to approach him again regarding the baby. Cleo beautifully handles this situation by leaving and continuing her daily chores. Another situation where Cleo demonstrates resilience is during a pivotal situation at a beach, where despite her own grief of having a stillbirth, she risks her life to save Sophia's children from drowning. Cleo's resilience is evident in how she continues to fulfill her responsibilities towards the family she works for. The ocean scene where Cleo saves the children is one of the most powerful and visually striking moments in the film, as Cuarón captures the vastness of the ocean with a wide-angle lens, creating a stark contrast with the intimate crisis that is taking place. The camera is positioned at a distance, allowing us, the audience, to view the entire scene unfold. True to Cuarón's style, the scene is captured in a single continuous take. It allows the audience to focus on both the setting and the characters of the film as the emotional intensity of the scene builds up. The scene utilizes natural lighting, which plays a significant role in the setting of the tone. The stark light reflecting off the ocean creates a somber and threatening atmosphere. Sophia, the mother of the household where Cleo works, also faces abandonment. Her husband Antonio gradually distances himself from his family by using his job as a cover, but it soon becomes apparent as he has left the family for another woman. The choice of black and white film is critical here, as it strips away the distractions of color to focus on the viewer's attention on raw textures and the interplay of light and shadow. The camera moves continuously, but it does so side to side and never closes in on the characters, offering a ghost eye view, in which the viewer is observing but not participating in the action. Sophia's resilience is demonstrated through her ability to adapt to these changes, as she is left to manage the household and her 4 children with no child support. She takes a huge step in life by leaving her career as a biochemist and deciding to start a full-time job at a publishing house. Upon being questioned on this decision by her kids, she responds, "I know, but your dad hasn't sent us any money, and teaching isn't enough." To summarize, both Cleo and Sophia exemplify resilience through their actions and emotional strength. Sophia also shares a moment of solidarity with Cleo when she says, "We are alone. No matter what they tell you, we women are always alone." In some scenes, the camera shifts its focus from Cleo to 3 bird cages, symbolizing her sense of confinement and longing for freedom. Both women are seen struggling with gender inequality and lack of emotional support. The gender inequality between Cleo and her boyfriend Furman is highlighted by Furman's reaction to Chloe's announcement of her pregnancy, when he says, "No effing way. I told you, no effing way. If you don't want me to beat the shit out of you and your little one, don't ever say it again. And don't even come looking for me again. His aggressive refusal to accept responsibility, coupled with threats of violence, highlight the power imbalance and lack of emotional support she has in her life. He then proceeds to showcase his martial arts display as he kicks in the air and screams at Chloe, highlighting a physical assertion of strength and dominance. The camera follows Furman's violent movements in stark contrast to Chloe's static position, emphasizing the power imbalance. Gender inequality is also seen between Sophia and her husband Antonio. When Sophia informs her kids that their father simply returned to get his belongings, the young child asks, "What things?" To which he responds, "What he says are his things, his clothes, his books, and the bookcases." This dialogue is a representation of how Antonio freely chooses what is his to keep and has the ability to leave and return to his family at his convenience. This captures the essence of the unequal power dynamics often found in patriarchal family structures. Another example is when he says he went with his mistress to Acapulco. He hasn't sent a dime and it's been 6 months. He says he is short of money and doesn't have any to send, but now he lives diving and has all the gear. To summarize through a feminist lens, Alfonso Cuarón's Roma illustrates women's resilience against significant personal challenges, starkly highlighting gender inequality and the emotional isolation women endure. Cuarón's visual symbolism to demonstrate the longing of freedom and dreams of the characters, contrasting sharply with the harsh reality of their everyday life. This is done by aeroplanes flying overhead, as throughout the film, these airplanes appear in key moments of emotional significance. Moving on to my second analysis, the Marxist lens was built out of the theories and ideas of German philosopher Karl Marx. This lens is all about analyzing the structures of power, especially with regard to social and economic class as well as class exploitation. Through a Marxist lens, Roma provides a critique of how the capitalist system affects interpersonal connections, personal identity, and emphasizes the extent to which class differences influence daily interactions and human experiences. Cleo's indigenous identity, combined with her role as a domestic help worker, places her at a lower social status, making her particularly vulnerable to exploitation and mistreatment. The power imbalance she faces is highlighted when Furman feels no societal pressure to take responsibility, as he harshly dismisses her by saying, "You effin' servant." His last words reflect the societal attitude that devalues and exploits domestic workers like Chloe, leaving them helpless. The impact of her social standing on her personal life is further highlighted by the song she sings while washing clothes. "When I tell you that I'm poor, you won't ever smile again. I long to have it all and lay it at your feet, but I was born poor. You'll never love me." The lyrics of this song convey a resignation to her social class limitations, reflecting the Marxist notation that one's class determines one's life experiences and interaction. The use of natural lighting is crucial in this scene as it creates a soft and diffused natural glow, enhancing the scene's realism as it casts a soft shadow. Roma also offers an authentic depiction of the real challenges faced by live-in maids in the household. This is best illustrated by the relationship between Cleo and her employer Sophia. Chloe sometimes gets treated like a mere servant as a victim of Sophia's emotional catharsis due to her stressful marriage. This is demonstrated when Sophia calls out Cleo for failing to clean the dog waste off the driveway. Sophia's outburst is highlighted because of her husband leaving her. To summarize through a Marxist lens, the film does an amazing job in displaying how the capitalist system affects interpersonal connections with Chloe's story. It highlights the underlying injustices and different difficulties that the working class faces. Overall, Roma is an outstanding film that empowers women to remain resilient throughout the difficulties they face in life. By examining the film through both a feminist and a Marxist lens, we are able to understand how class and gender intersect to influence both individual lives and societal structures. In my opinion, the film's profound themes, exceptional storytelling, and visual brilliance make it a must-watch. I highly recommend Roma for its powerful message and artistic excellence. Thank you for listening.